Hello guys, today I'll explain how to get vector fields from a given potential or scalar function. Let's get started. First, I pose a problem to you. Suppose you are given a function f of x and y. It has two variables and is given by this equation. It depends on both x and y. A surface plot of the function is also shown, which looks a kind of terrain having a mountain and a valley. The peak is at the positive of y-axis and valley is at the negative of y. The maximum values are in the shades of yellow and the minimum values are in the shades of dark blue. Think you are standing at the top of this terrain and interested to find the direction at which rate of change of altitude is maximum. I have shown those directions using a stream plot on the right. This is a field plot of the given scalar function. The bright colors show large gradient or derivative. Let's compare vectors to the function itself. At the peak, you can see that the change in function is minimum, as expected, whereas the region between the peak and the valley, the change is maximum, shown by yellow arrows. It makes sense, isn't it? It shows having a stream plot could be very useful. For example, if it is raining, the streamlines would show the flow of water on a terrain. Then the question is how to get these fields. This is achieved using gradient operator. Gradient takes a scalar function and spits out a vector function. In Cartesian form, it has partial derivatives along with unit vectors I, j and k, and is denoted by Greek Latin nebula. If the function is given in spherical or cylindrical coordinates, you should use the form of nebula in those respective systems. When you apply this operator on a function, as one shown in the previous slide, it gives the following vector function, denoted by capital F. It has got two components, therefore it is a two-dimensional vector plot. Different colors show magnitudes of these arrows. The places where the arrows are small indicate small change, where the large arrows show a rapid change in the function. You might be wondering how to apply this operator on a function. I have used SymPy library of Python for this purpose. There are many other math softwares, those can be used for it. Let's extend this idea to physics, for example the electric potential of a charge. The electric potential of a charged particle at a radial distance r is given by this equation. Where this equation comes from? Well, it is derived from more fundamental law known as Coulomb's force law. Remember, the notation of potential comes from potential energy, which is related to mutual energy of a system of two or more particles. But when we are talking about potential, we are only interested in a single charge, while considering the other charge of unit magnitude. That is the reason it has got unit of joules per coulomb instead of joules. The equation of potential is also given in Cartesian system. Figure on the right shows graphical presentation of the potential of a charge of 1 nanocoulomb. It can be seen as r approaches to 0, the function becomes wide. This is avoided in the graph and plotted for rest of the values. In physics, in many situations, you are given with some potential and are required to find the associated fields. Since the potential is also given in spherical coordinates, so I have mentioned the gradient operator in spherical form as well. In spherical coordinates, it depends upon r, phi and theta variables instead of x, y and z. It is up to you whether you prefer to work in Cartesian or spherical system. The associated field to a potential is known as the electric field and is denoted by E. Let's apply gradient operator on the potential to get field. One more thing to mention here is that the field is always equal to negative sign of gradient of potential. This is to keep our math consistent with the physics. Applying the gradient operator and with negative sign result into following electric field. I have solved for electric field in both coordinates as shown here. Though solving in spherical system is easier as it only depends upon r and independent of phi and theta variables. Figure on the right is vector plot of resulting electric field. Electric field is stronger near the charge and it is decreasing as you move away from the charge. Electric field equation shows that field changes more steeply than the potential because the electric field varies inverse of square of radial distance from the charge. We can also extend the gradient to the gravitational potential given by this equation. This expression can be derived from Newton's law of gravitation. The negative sign in the equation shows force is always attractive between mass objects. That is, two objects under gravitational force have a negative potential energy. Putting in other words, objects are trapped and require external force to get them separated from each other. The units are in joules per kilogram. By applying the gradient operator, it returns gravitational acceleration g. Vector fields are plotted at the Earth's surface and above in the figure. It demonstrates that the value of g at the surface of the Earth is close to 10 meters per second squared. It decreases as you move away from the surface of the Earth. At greater distances, for example altitudes of satellites, it reduces significantly. Hopefully you have liked the video and thanks for watching it.